Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. By the grace of God, we made it back. So, for those of you that may be here for the very first time, welcome. My name is Crystal. Some of you may recognize me as Little Baller or the Six Figure Fitness Chick over there on the Instagram platform, which, by the way, if you are on Instagram, right? If I say anything that may inspire you, encourage you, make you laugh, or maybe even drop a tear here or there, go follow the BEU with Crystal. I'm actually rebranding. I don't know if it's a rebrand. The brand was there. I'm just reigniting or bringing the brand back to life. So it's BEU with Crystal. Follow the girl. My goal is to come into 2021 just nailing it left and right. Yes, that's the goal. Pray for me. Anywho, we are here because I wanted to just share some of the lessons that I've learned in 2021. I don't know, did I say 2020? Well, we are not speaking that into existence. Let's roll that back. So, I am here because I would like to share some of the lessons that I've learned in 2020 that we want to keep in 2020. It's been one of those years, but if we can breathe, no need to ponder over what has happened or what has happened. However, we got people in our circle sometimes that just speak different ways. Let's just leave it there and be grateful for this air that we breathe. This is how I'm able to empower my own self to continue to propel forward. But as I sat today and thought about the lessons that I've learned that I need to make sure that I apply, because the knowledge is good, as we know. However, if you don't apply it, it's just like it's not even there. Right? Yeah. All right. My mind went blank for a second. So anyway, let's get to these lessons. Lessons number 1. See, I got my notes. You doot. Disclaimer is not a word. The paper says you don't. You don't have to go with the flow. You just have to go with your flow. Time doesn't wait for anyone. And when I say you don't have to go with the flow, you just got to go with your flow. I found myself time after time just looking to the left, right, and comparing myself. Looking to the right and comparing myself. Looking down and comparing myself, and looking up. I should have only been looking left, right, down. Of course, we want to look up for inspiration because that is where my help comes from. The Lord. However, I've allowed the comparison to not just slow me down or slow down the progress, but just stop it. Because where I am right now, which is December 2020, I should be way past where I am. So I'm like, girl, you don't have to go with the flow. Just go with your flow. You want to know why? Because other people's flow may not be your flow. And I'm of the belief that my flow got to be in alignment with God. I don't care what the water could be going like this. The question is, Lord, is that for me? Is that the flow you want me to roll with? And if it is, then, that's what we do. This is a sidebar, and this is sincere to my heart. But anytime, a lot of times people are like, yes, I pray. And I've never prayed and God never opened up the sky and I seen the light come down. I just never did that. I have prayed and He answered my prayers. But honestly, when I pray, my prayer is that if there's anything that is dwelling on the inside of my mind, my body, or my soul that does not line up with God's will for me, please remove it. Because to know me is to know once I have a thought and once I'm on the grind, there's no stopping me. I'm just like tunnel vision. I'm just like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So again, you don't have to go with the flow. You got to go with your flow. So just really reevaluating my steps and just making sure, number 1, that they're in alignment with what God had for me. And number 2, that I am doing something and progressing. Now, don't get me wrong, because I love to see everybody win. So when you look to the left, Crystal, you got to look to the left and look for inspiration. When you look to the right, we look for inspiration. Some you will take and apply, some you won't. But I think one of the things that I got caught up with doing is, one of the things I love to do is inspire people. I love to empower people. I love to support people. And I love everything business. And how my mind was working, if I see somebody doing something that I love to do and they've already mastered it, then I'm like, okay, well, it's not even for me to do it, but there's billions of people in the world. There's billions of people, no matter how many times I have these limiting beliefs fly over my head of, and I've shared this before, your English isn't perfect or you're not the best speaker. Believe it or not, like there's a lot of people out here that have what I have to offer. So that was number one. Number two was, oh, everything that I do is not for everyone. Y'all know I love everybody. And sometimes if I'm sitting at my desk, I could sit with a piece of paper and a pencil and I sit and brainstorm. I done came up with some amazing ideas. And typically what I'll do is once I come up with the idea or it comes to me, I'm like, Lord, is this for me? And then I try to bring everybody with me. I can't bring everybody. It's not meant for everybody. And I had to be okay with that. Because there's some things that obviously, and this is, I'm sorry. There's some things, and I'm realizing this in my young age of being 45, that God had for me that is a part of my purpose. And it's not for everyone to go, if that makes sense. So I realized that I'm like, dang, while you're trying to gather up, what's his name? The peanut gallery. While you're trying to gather up the peanut gallery, God's like, no, that's not what I told you to do. So everything is not for everybody. There's room for you. You are the competition. And I kind of shared that a few seconds ago. There's room for you. So if you're second guessing yourself, don't do it. We talk about, or I say a lot, like everything you want is where? On the outside of your comfort zone. And I know this. See, right now I'm talking to you guys. I got my little camera recording. But what scared me is me standing in front of the masses and speaking. My heart just dropped from saying that. But guess what? That is what God had me to do. You got to be careful what you pray for, because I pray all the time to be a bridge for somebody. And money is not always associated with it. Like, I love business. I want to be wealthy. I'm not where I want to be when it comes to the wealth part of it, but I know that I'm not where I used to be. However, if I unleash some of these things, I know the things that God could do for me and that He will. Crystal is the only person that's holding Crystal back. Period. Point blank, period, ... cross the T's. And the biggest, well, I'm saying they're all the biggest. They're all big. Once all applied, I'm just going to evolve, if you will. Time management. Y'all, we all get the same 24 hours in a day. It's what we do with it. And what I found is when you work for yourself, it's a challenge to monitor or run your day the way it should be run. Like, for example, I'll use myself as an example because I'm talking about myself. Hey, 2 points for me, right? So I work for myself. I'm involved in, I have a business partner, I have a smoothie shop. I work from home. I have clients, help them that want to get on a nutrition plan. I have a couple clients that I train. I even have a couple clients that I coach. And I'll just like wake up and I'll just go through the day. And you want to know what's crazy about me doing that? I actually created something to help people to stay on task. You got to not be the tool. You have to use the tool, and in my stead, use the freaking tool that you created. It boggles my mind. But time will get away. I'm not going to blame it on the whole COVID thing, because there's a lot of people that went through 2020, and guess what they're doing? They are killing it. My theme song, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Or I started from the bottom, now I'm here. I started from the bottom, and I don't mind starting from the bottom, because what God had for me is for me. However, I have to step into position and do the things that I am supposed to do so that I can get the things that He had for me. So when I tell y'all, these lessons in 2020, I'm like, Crystal, y'all hear me? This is a video. There are some things. And when you have goals, share them with people. I have goals. I ain't sharing with everybody. I share them with some people. Play full out. Run them down. Matter of fact, we'll do a video on Crystal's goals for 2020. 1, as you heard me say, I've actually had my BU with Crystal a while ago, but in my head, you know, what's crazy is when I spoke about it, when I tell you guys I had 10 clients within 2 weeks, no exaggeration, my hand up to God. When I declared that I was going to start coaching, a lady came to me and she was like, Crystal, you would be an amazing coach. And I'm like, really? Like, I would have never thought. I'm thinking, go to school, get your certificate. Let me back up. So I did graduate from college, 2 degrees and a minor, all that. I don't even use that in anything that I do, believe it or not. Taught for a little while. Well, yeah. One of my degrees is in teaching. Nonetheless, she was like, you'll be an amazing coach. And I'm like, really? I'm like, what class got to take for that? But honestly, when you coach, if you have people that have results, because there's people that, you know, went to school, they got all these certificates and can't coach an ant to the hill, if you will. I don't even know if that's, I be making up my own sayings, the ant to the hill. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Okay. I can laugh about myself. It's my video. But anyway, yes, that's one of the things I desire to do, and not just one-on-one, because I said it, I declared it, I had 10 and they did phenomenal. And that is one of my goals. I'm like, Lord, I just want to, you know, we all have a story. I just want to be a bridge for somebody. I don't care if it's one person and they see the light, I've done my job. Because like I said, I love to see people win. There's, alongside that with my BU with Crystal brand, there's a couple of things I can't really say on video now because they're being trademarked. I'm like, no, just do it. Like Nike, just get it done, right? Let's just do it. But I laugh at myself. But all jokes aside, I just wanted to share that with you guys. So what do we get to do? Y'all know I'm gonna jump up and down. I'm new to this. YouTube, well, kind of new, like 4 weeks or 6 weeks or something like that new. Let's see, I make my own signs, my own sounds. Like when I have stuff on my lips, the sound don't come out. But subscribe to the freaking channel and push the notification button, because 2021 is going to be amazing. So let's do it. Trust the process. Believe in yourself. Time management. It was something else that I have one more posted here. Oh, build it boldly, they will come. Yes, build it and they will come. God, girl, is going to make room for you, and he's going to make room for you too. Okay, when you have a winning method, stick to it. So yes, whenever you have a winning method, stick to it. My winning method, honestly, is God. Just really having an ear to hear and then asking him to guide my steps. So with that being said, let's get it. 2021 coming. What are the lessons that you learned in 2020? 2021 is coming. What lessons have you learned in 2020 that's going to skyrocket you in 2021? Let's get it, baby. Holla.